My name is Robin Dodd. I'm a landscape photographer based in the UK. This is my YouTube channel where I share tips and tricks on how to shoot landscapes here in the UK and further afield. I'm associated with the company DxO, which is a software editing company that sell the Nick collection. And in this video I'm going to show you my tour and how to take photographs within Scotland, my trip up from Glasgow, up through Glencoe, then up through the Isle of Skye, the beautiful Isle of Skye, across to the Outer Hebrides, the Isle of Harris, those beautiful beaches, iconic beaches, further north to the rugged Isle of Lewis, and then across by ferry to Ulipool and the remotest part of the far north of Scotland, before finally heading back down south to my home in England. Okay, first off we're going to have a look at how we shot the Buachaille Etive Mòr, which is about 1,000-metre mountain, but the best place to shoot it from is Bla Bheinn, which is opposite, I don't know if I've got the pronunciation right for that, but it's a lower mountain, probably about 700-800 metres, you can see here. And that's the place to go up and shoot. It's an easy walk up, you just got to be careful with the weather shooting across to the Buachaille, which is that iconic mountain. And then the following day I then actually went up the Buachaille, and you'll see that it's done on two different days. So don't think I've managed to do that in one day, because you can't. The Buachaille, and one of the rivers. I've never seen this river before, or this little stream. I think it probably doesn't flow very much normally, but because it's been quite wet, yeah. So let's see how the shots come out, I suppose. And yeah, it was looking pretty grim earlier. It's getting a bit better. Right, made it to the top of, they call it the Buachaille. I'm terrible with my pronunciations. So this is one of the summits called Stob Diri. And this is what I've shot from lower down. Some of the mountains aren't as high as this. I think this is probably about 900 metres. There's no snow, but there are on the further peaks over towards Ben Nevis. I've done this once before in winter, and it didn't go so well. I sort of bottled it out towards the summit because there was a cornice to get over, and it was a little bit tricky, and a couple of people fell. They were all right, but it was spooked me a little bit. But it's nice to get up here on top, but it is getting a bit chilly. I think you can see the ice here, and there's been sort of black ice on the last part coming up, and I'm being bugged by a crow who keeps flying. I'll show you the picture. He seems very friendly, but he's probably after my lunch, which I'm just about to have. Yeah, so we all take pictures of this iconic Scottish mountain, but I think if you take pictures of it, you probably need to go up it to get a taste of what it's like. Etive Mòr over there, Rannoch Mòr, sorry, is Rannoch Mòr is over there, and yeah, and then the valley going off down the side. Rannoch Mòr very flat. Just showed you a clip now of that with the mist going towards it, and can make sort of quite nice wintry pictures sometimes. And over there we've got Well, that's down Glencoe, so it's the Glencoe Valley behind us, and it's beautiful. And we're up here for a bit, have some lunch, and then go down. I might find somewhere a bit more sheltered to have lunch. Actually, it's a bit chilly. So I headed over to the Isle of Skye. It's quite iconic, some of the scenes here. You can see the Old Man of Storr, which I photographed in the past and is very popular. But the Kerrang is another area that if you stray off it, you can find some really interesting scenes, and I think I was lucky on this occasion. Here you can see an image from Elgol, which is a beautiful area. You've got the rainbow, and behind that is a mountain. That mountain is Bla Bheinn, stands for Blue Mountain. Now this is just short of 1,000 metres. It's a serious mountain to go up, and where the rainbow is the ridge going up, and you can come up from the other side on the right hand side of this picture. While I was there, someone went missing on the day that I climbed it, and they still haven't been found. There was a German tourist, and the mountain rescue were sort of trying to find him while I was up there. We're a month down the road, and he still hasn't been found, unfortunately. It's serious if you haven't got the right equipment and are not prepared for the mountains. So what I'm just going to show you very quickly here is what you need to carry with you to be safe on the mountain, and maybe the skill set that you need. Most people can do it. It's not difficult. You just need to have a basic skill set. So two important things: weathers and maps. A lot of the areas of the mountains don't have paths on them, so you really need some kinds of GPS tracking. So the baseline is the paper maps, which you can see here. It's the orange one, which is the 1 to 25,000, which you need. It's much more detailed. You'll get lost if you use the other one. That's really just for touring. I've got my watch, which is a GPS enabled watch, which is a really handy backup. It saved my bacon a few times. And then my main map is normally on my phone with OS Maps on it. And you need a compass. You need to know how to use the compass if all of this fails. And last but least, the iPad. I don't often take that up, normally for longer trips, and you can see it zooming in on the more detailed maps there. And then weather, so the mountain weather forecast, put it up here. That is what I normally look at, like the Bible. And if I'm going up the mountain, I look at it the night before, maybe download the PDF and try and get it in the morning, but sometimes you haven't got a signal. This picture here, you can see a bit of video. This is the same time. I mean, this at the moment, for this month, shoulder season in the autumn. I'm out in a t-shirt, but this was a couple of years before, same month, October, and blizzards. So you have to be very careful, and they can come in out of nowhere. So for that reason, and some of this kit you should just normally carry in summer anyway. First thing you should take with you is one of these. You can get them as a bag format. This is from Life Systems, very handy. It's a emergency bag, go tent. So it's orange comes out big, mountain rescue people can find you with it. They can see it from the helicopter or walking. Quite often helicopters can't get up because the weather's so bad there, and it will just keep you dry for a period of time if you get caught out. The other thing that you need is good clothing. I carry hats and that. Even in the summer I'll carry a woolly hat. Gloves, these are really good, these gloves. These are sort of, so the shells go on the top, and these are sort of wool. They make them massive wool and then they shrink them, boil them down. Shackleton and people like these used them back in the days, in the early 1900s, to conquer the South Pole. I don't think he managed to get there, but yeah, they're low tech, but they're the best, with a high-tech shell, cheap, actually going over the top to keep the water out. So hat, gloves, you need something for the water. So you're climbing the mountains, it's 1,000 metres. To Europeans that might not seem high. Scotland's serious terrain, sea level right the way to the top. You don't muck about, you need water, lots of it, and I normally carry one of these. The reason, a lot of people might try and just take it straight out of the streams, but there's so much in the way of deer with Lyme's disease, sheep, goats, that type of thing, right up high on top of the mountains, right the way to the peaks. They're just shitting in the water. You need one of these. Very top, out of the vegetation line, you might get away with it, but I would just generally always use one of these. Get cold hands doing it, but it saves you a bit of tummy ache and that type of thing. Head torch, even when you're, this is a Life Systems head torch as well, it's rechargeable, very good. Always carry one of these, even during the daytime, and if I'm camping overnight I'll carry two, one as an extra backup, because you don't know whether you get caught out and you come down late at night. Trust me, coming down in the dark in these mountains is just horrific. And what else have we got? First aid kit, I only take one of these, which is, and sometimes I take a tourniquet if I'm away for a bit of the time, but basically you don't need plasters and that sort of stuff, because you know you can come down back to your van or your wherever and sort that out later. They're minor injuries. What you need is something for anything catastrophic, like a serious bleed or something like that. So this is a military grade bandage that should work, and you might come across someone else who needs it. You know, falls up there can be quite serious. And then I carry one of these, which is a personal location beacon. I carry this because I go solo. If I was to fall and break my leg, I'd be stuffed. I could use these, but the bloke who went missing on the mountain that I was at this time, so I can't remember if I told you, but someone went missing on the mountain the day that I went up. They're still missing, they still haven't been found. They had a phone, but they can't pinpoint exactly where he is, and we're a month down the road and he's still missing. So I carry one of these. Pops up, you pull it off, it's registered with the Coast Guard, and they will contact the rescue services if you activate it. The idea being the GPS will ping you, I don't know, probably to about 10 metres or something like that, and hopefully it's just a bit of a fail-proof device in case the worst comes to the worst. I would try not to use this, last resort. And then finally, with the Scottish weather, I think I described it before to you before, they can just change like that. And shoulder months, I make sure in the van I've got something like this, which is my ice axe, and also crampons. The crampons are essential mountain kit in winter, and I just carry them in the van just in case I need them and make that assessment. And last but not least, but probably the most important, you need a pair of damn good boots. These are waterproof, and they're sort of like 3-season boots. These, I do wear them during the middle of the winter sometimes, but got to be boots that take the crampons. Microspikes people use, but I think you're more reliable with the crampons. And that's it really. That's sort of safety in the mountains. It's they're just basic skills and kits that you just need to keep with you if you want to go in the mountains and be safe. Okay, so I've just got in. I don't know if you can hear it, but that noise is 50-mile-an-hour winds blowing past the top of the van. We're on the Isle of Skye, and we're at a place called Neist Point, which is where there's a lighthouse, and it's a very remote part of the Isle of Skye. It's about nearly 2:30. I've just been out to scout it to try and decide what the best location is. It looks great, but with the weather at the moment, I think it's really going to look good. It's black and white, so I have that in mind to do it as black and white. I can't really see it. There might be a little bit of colour ones, but it's really going to be black and white. And then I'll do that in the editing of those. I'll do that in Adobe Lightroom, and a bit of Nick 8, so it's DxO Nick 8 Silver FX. That's quite a good add-on to that. And I've also, look at the link below, there's a discount for that if you're interested in the DxO Nick collection. Then it was a trip over to the Isle of Harris and Lewis by ferry. This is the Outer Hebrides, the misty island really. Beautiful, gorgeous beaches with expanses of white sand and sand dunes, with the mountains as a backdrop to any pictures that are shot. This island is iconic really, and just a magnet for a lot of photographers. An amazing amount and variety of wildlife along the shores. No trip to the Outer Hebrides isn't complete without going to the really remote northwest part of the islands. The scenery there is just the roughest, most awesome seascapes you could ever possibly come across, I think. So I'm sort of photo bombing the scene here, but it's morning and we're looking across Assynt, which is pretty cool. Overnight camp up here for set and then sunrise. Sunset wasn't so good. The sun has just popped up, so we're just having a bit of a pause to get some real proper directional light on the mountains behind us. Hopefully there are a few low clouds, so we've had the bounce, that beautiful red glow from the bounce. I've used a telephoto, and now as you can see I'm using the wide. It's an iconic scene. It's just a question of getting some nice side light on some foregrounds as well, to add a bit of context and everything, and we'll just see how it goes. I've been trying to keep the ISO down to about 100 just to keep the quality up, and it's obviously on a tripod because we're using sort of like 1 or 2 second exposures with that, and I think it's about f13, f14, and focus stacking for the foreground as well, otherwise it won't be sharp. So as you can see, the sun's starting to pop a bit more. Back to it. Okay, so I hope you can hear me. I didn't bring the mic up because I had to wild camp up here last night, and we're in Assynt, and it's beautiful, calm morning. What time is it? Well, it's nearly 11 now, so I've been walking a bit after doing some shooting over in that direction, which is brilliant for colour and all that sort of stuff. We had beautiful sunrise, but now behind us, this is my view, is a good example of what could look good as a black and white mountain image.